Hello guys, so today we are going to create the 2.5D character controller in very simple scripting or very simple terms. So you can see on my screen, this will be the final outcome by following the tutorial, and there will be a jump animation, run animation, and a simple movement controls by arrow keys or WASD. Okay, and we will create the camera controller in next tutorial. Okay, so let's start with scratch, and I'm going to set this project and hit the file button, new project. Create a new 3D project called Platformer Tutorial 2. Okay, so don't forget to select the 3D project setting, 3D template. Okay, so now I'm going to set the basic scene setup. Create a cube. And now I will create a capsule for player. Okay, and going to remove this capsule collider and adding the character controller. Okay, so and one more thing, now I'm going to create one more cube and put it like this so that we can check in which direction our player is facing. Okay, so now create a new script named character movement. Okay, so now I'm going to open this script in Visual Studio. Okay, so here's the script, and okay, so I'm going to delete this thing. First of all, we need to create a character control. Character controller, name it CHR controller. Okay, so get a reference here. Like this, and okay, now we need some floats variable like speed, jump speed, and one more is gravity. And okay, and one more vector 3 and move direction. The move direction should be vector 3.0 in start. okay, like this. And so just define some values here. It will be automatically filled like 6.0f and 8.0f, and one more is f. We can also change it according to ourselves later. Okay, so now uh, first of the thing, we will check if the character controller dot is grounded is true, means the character is on ground, and also create the else function too. Okay, so if the character is on ground, then move direction should be new vector 3. Okay, and we get the input axis horizontal, and y and z should be 0 0 because our game is the 2.5D platformer. Okay, so we don't need to move it on z axis. And now move direction should be multiplied by the movement speed. Okay, and now we need to apply the gravity to it. Okay, so move direction dot y is negative equal to gravity dot gravity into time dot delta time. Okay, we will multiply this twice because the acceleration should be meter per second square. Okay, so one time we multiply here, and the next time we will multiply it in the here. Move direction into time dot delta time. Okay, so I think our player should be moved now. Okay, 6, 8 and 20. Okay, okay, so our movement is working fine on x-axis, and now I'm going to write code for switching the face according to the direction. Okay, so we will write it here, and so first check if this thing input dot get axis horizontal should not equal to 0. Okay, then okay, so I'm going to do this. First I need to explain something to you so that you can understand a little bit more. Okay, you can see this. Okay, so now if I select player and make the x plus 1 to minus 1, then automatically his face will be switched to the opposite direction. Okay, so now I will do this by scripting. So input dot get axis horizontal is less than 0. So if less than 0, then transform dot local scale should be new vector 3. So here we need the x scale in negative form. So we will do something here, create a new float and x scale equal to, here we get the x scale transform dot local scale dot x, but it should be in negative or positive, but so we use a absolute value of x scale net function dot x. Okay, so now whether it is positive or negative, it will return a positive value of or the magnitude of the x value. So here we do this x scale and y and z scale should be same. Okay, and copy this line and paste it here and just remove the negative sign. Okay, so I think this should work. Let's play. Okay, so you can see our character is switching his face direction according to the movement. Okay, now I'm going to create the jump function. So we will create here if input dot get button jump. So now you are little so we can set this jump function here. Go to edit, project setting, yeah, and input. So when you expand the axis, and here you get a little bit of buttons name according to ourself, jump and jump to move x, horizontal, vertical, and the other functions. So you can also change the name here. So you can see the jump keys are space. Jump key is space. Okay. You can also set the alternative negative button or positive button to the jump function. Okay. So if the if input dot get button equal to jump, then we need to set some velocity on the y direction. Okay, so it is quite easy. We just set the move direction dot y is equal to jump speed. Okay, and let's check what happened. Okay, so our player is start jumping here. But you can see when I'm jumping, then I cannot move character into the direction. So we will solve this issue soon. And okay, so now I'm going to replace the character. So you can download the character from Mixamo, this one, or you can also check any other character which you want. So you need to download some clips like run. But when you select the run animation, then you also check the in place animation, because we have created the movement according to ourselves, means from the character controller. So you no need to add the root motions. Okay, and then hit the download button, and don't forget to set the without skin and FBX for Unity. Okay, so I have already downloaded some clips. So here's the run animation. This is the character, for loop, and idle. So I'm going to select all these animation and character and import it to our project. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is, okay, so first I'm going to solve the issue which we cannot move the character in air or during jump. So uh, let's go to the, okay, so here is the condition when player is not on ground or is grounded equal to false. So we just write a simple thing, move direction dot x should be input dot get axis horizontal. Okay, and we need to multiply it by speed. Okay, so now we can also move the character when it is in air or during jump. Okay, so now you can see I'm able to control the character when it is jumping. Okay, so this is the character. Now you can see there is no texture and materials at all. So just select the file and go to materials and extract both the thing, extract texture, and then so you can select the folder here where you want to extract the textures. And then extract the material. So I'm going to set the default folder, but you should uh, you should create the different folder for texture and materials and move it to there. Okay, so now you can see there is almost every texture and material. So just go into hierarchy and move it inside the player. Then okay, and move it by 90 degrees. Move a little bit downside, make it 2D so that you can do it more accurately. Now I'm going to turn off the mesh render, and radius should be more or less according to our character. We can also delete this thing, and now if I hit the play button, then you can see our character is moving according to the character controller. Okay, so okay, the next thing we are going to do is adding the animations. So go to the first I'm going to add the idle clip. So create a new folder, animation, and move this 3 to this new folder, and now going to create the animator controller. Okay, so just select the player here, and if you don't find this component, then you can add it manually. Now we need to go to this window. If there is no animator window, then you can also open it by here. Okay, so just right click on this window and create a new empty state, name it idle. Okay, now I'm going to add the clip to the idle. So just okay, let's input the idle clip, this one, and select this and go to animation tab and make it loop by time. Okay, and don't forget to hit the apply button. So if you play, then you can see the idle animation will automatically play on the start like this. Okay, so now I'm going to create two more clips. One is for running, and where is the running? Okay, there, here. So just select the running clip and add it to here, and go here, select animation and check the loop time button, hit the apply setting. So now I'm going to create a transition to from idle to running. Okay, so there must be a condition when idle to running transition will work. Okay, so create a new bool value and name it run or is running, and one more bool value for is jumping. Okay, you can rename it. Okay, so now I'm going to add a condition. First, just check out the has exit time. I have check off the has exit time bool to false, and reduce the transition time into 0.1 only, and then add the condition when is running is true, and also the reverse transition to with same setting. With the same setting, but is running will should be false for this transition. Okay, so here is the setup for our. Okay, so now create a public enum with a controller. Okay, enum, and select the player. So you can see the anim here, and just drag and drop the animator object. Means our this object has the animator component, so we just assign this component to the anim, and then we just write a simple and very simple line here. If player is pressing the button, any of the two, means the left or right, so we need to set the bool to true. Is running should be true, and if he is not pressing any of the button, then there should be else condition is to false. Okay, so okay, so you can see our character is start running, but the jumping animation is not there, so we will add the jumping animation soon, but the character is running very fine. Okay, so just go to the jump function here. Okay, so we need to add the anim dot set bool, and when it is not jumping, okay, and it should be false. Okay, so now we need to add the animation clip to the jumping state. So create a empty state and never to jump. Go to the project and select the for loop. You can also find this for loop here, like this. I'm using this one. Here is the any other animation. Click for loop. Okay, so select this and just go to for loop and add it to here. Now select this one and hit the loop time button. Okay, so now we are going to create the conditions for transition, so just be careful about when creating this. Okay, I think I should create it one by one so that you can easily understand what is happening. So first of all, check this button, or yeah, transition time it should be 0.15, and this should be happen when is jumping is true. Okay, create the same transition from running. Then we need to create the reverse transition. So uh, if the jumping is false and is running also false, then it should be go to the idle condition after reaching the ground. But if the player is pressing the left or right key, then the character would not go to the idle position. It would directly resume to the running condition or the running state. So is jumping should be false and is running equal to true. Okay, so I think we have done our job. Just check this thing, time of this. Okay, let's check. Okay, I think we have create this thing. I think there is a little bit of delay in this animation, so select this one, and if you see there is okay. So now this is okay for our character, and in next tutorial I will create the character camera controller for the 2.5D platform again. You can also see when I'm creating a slanted platform like this. I'm trying to create a small level. let me set the camera so that you can see the whole level. Okay, so you can see our character is working quite fine. Okay, so please like and subscribe the channel and or video, and if you have any suggestion or if you want any game to be created as tutorial, so please let me know in comment section, and please don't forget to subscribe the channel and click on bell icon so that you can get the notification when I publish a new video or new tutorial. Okay, thank you guys, thank you so much, bye bye, thank you for watching the tutorial, thank you so much.